Welcome back to another video on the Military and Surplus channel. Today we'll be taking a look at another question: should you use respirators for urban exploration? So just a quick note, if you don't know what urban exploration is, it's basically looking around abandoned buildings, but it's just a more formal title for it and it doesn't sound as like bad. Well, not bad, but it's like, do you get the point I'm saying? So if you didn't know what that was, I've cleared you up on that. But this topic I think is quite a serious one, because it sounds silly to start off with, having a gas mask or a half-face respirator, or even just one of these, like a a snood, or one of these. It sounds silly, but you think this could save your these three could save your life in the long run. This is because most abandoned structures and old buildings will contain like asbestos sheeting in either the roofs, the floors, or the walls as like insulation, since it's fireproof and it's very, very good at insulating. But as you know, when old buildings decay, either from humans or natural decay, floors cave in, walls fall down, roofs again cave in. Altogether, it's just basically a cancer place, just to develop all sorts of nasty cancers. But importantly, pretty much all old decaying buildings will have asbestos and or fiberglass leaking out of the floors, roofs and walls. Or even down to some objects, just like fire blankets and that, because I've been in ROC posts before. If you don't know what they are, you can either Google them or I'll tell you now. ROC stands for Royal Observer Corps, and the time these bunkers were made was the Cold War, obviously. Western versus Eastern, the big nuclear war time, so yeah. But these posts were basically made for early warning systems and to detect a nuclear blast. But they did have a lot of things like fire blankets, which were weaved with asbestos, obviously, because it's a good insulator, which in theory would like starve the fire of oxygen and means the fire couldn't escape anywhere else. But I'm what's it called? Going off on a tangent. But obviously, if you didn't know by now, which I would be surprised about, asbestos and fiberglass can give you very, very dangerous and painful forms of aggressive cancers like mesothelioma, I believe it's pronounced, and like asbestosis, which isn't the nicest form of cancer. Not that any form of cancer is nice. So, full face respirators would be the most ideal for exploring because it protects your eyes. I've just got my Hungarian 70M here because we haven't seen it in a while, and it's one of the cooler looking masks I own. But you have your filter port here, your exhale valve, and your voice, or what's it called, diaphragm, sorry, can't even remember the terminology now. And the ear bits here, so you can hear easier. But why these masks are better than these ones and just a Shamaga or Snood is because it provides you from eye protection as well. Although you could argue you could just use like safety glasses with either of these two, but I would personally choose this over it because it's all one unit, and because basically I just prefer full face masks to half face respirators. But whatever's your choice, it's your choice at the end of the day, so use what you want. But what I would go for if I was taking photos or having a proper serious look around is a half-face respirator. Just like this. I use this for spray painting because obviously I don't want to breathe in the fumes. But why these masks are good, because if you cannot see, these are P2 rated, which means they are not rated for asbestos, but they will stop nuisance dust and other, I wouldn't say very serious things. They would not protect you from any types of gas or deadly thing, but it's better than having no protection in my opinion. But why these are incredibly better than normal dust masks, because they actually make an airtight seal around your face, and you actually breathe in through like the filter, therefore actually filtering stuff out. And it also has like, I won't call it a head harness system, but it actually pulls it tight to your face and isn't just cheap rubber bands, which like a lot of dust masks are even. Like the painting ones. Not these ones, but you've probably seen them. The one with the metal nose bit here where you bend it to fit your nose, but you'll know what I mean. Just a note, if you do buy one of these, always get it in P2, as you can see there. P2, which means particulate level 2, I think. You can correct me on that if I am wrong. But P2 will stop any nuisance dust and some more deadlier things. Well, I say deadlier, slightly more dangerous. Nothing like asbestos or anything. You want a P3, or if you're in America, P100 filter, which is basically just a big particulate filter, but it's rated to stop asbestos and all other stuff like that. Sorry if you can hear that. There is currently a Navy helicopter going over my house, Lynx Mark 8. But again, I'm off on a tangent. So, if I was getting a half-face respirator, I would personally get it in, again, a P100 or a P3 filter type, because, again, this still offers protection, but nowhere near as enough I would like. But I would only trust brands like 3M or Scott, only because they are a well-renowned, trusted brand that have been around for a fair while now. And yeah, just pretty much you want to go with a company that you can decide on. 3M masks are quite expensive, but I would rather pay a lot more of a price than a surplus mask and get brand new sealed filters, which are easily more available than surplus masks, as you probably know by now. You can get RD40 filters, or which are basically the industrial version of 40mm NATO filters, but they can get quite expensive as well, especially sealed ones. The only really reasonable price and place to get them from is eBay, to find them dead cheap or something. And yet again, they probably won't even be in date. So, you know, I would always trust P3, P100 filters. If you are taking it very seriously, like I do, for my own safety, I always bring one of these with me. Just because you never know. There could be a room where there's just fiberglass insulation laying all over the floor, which could be a particularly interesting room. Say like it has some old relics in it. But I also use this when I'm just exploring normally. One, because I just like to wear it. It makes me feel warmer. And two, it does provide protection against dust. It won't stop anything more than just regular plain old dust. As you can see, it's just like very thin fabric. I mean like very, very thin. It's just all rolled up at the end, but you can see here how thin it actually is. That will probably just stop nothing apart from dust, like I've said. This has been on a lot of explores with me. I am an avid urban explorer myself. I will not post videos on the channel as it's not related to it, but if you would, I will make a Facebook page just for this community on urban exploring, if you would like that. So, like I've said, when exploring, you always, if you're taking it seriously and you're not like just there to destroy stuff, you would always want to bring one of these masks with you, a P2 or above. I cannot stress this enough. These do protect from dust, and that is about it. But it's still better than nothing, because obviously anything apart from oxygen, nitrogen, that's in your lungs will probably end up causing some harm. So that is not good. Hence I bring one of these masks with me. I have done one with this before, the 70M specifically. It was an older art college I've explored with my friend, which wasn't the safest of places, as there was homeless and a lot of needles and a lot of insulation all over the floor, which I kind of regret doing now, but it did hopefully save me from breathing a lot of insulation or anything that I wouldn't want in my lungs, personally. So, you know, that is a good point about these things, about full face, and it also did protect me from my eyes, because before, when I was walking around, I kept getting stuff in my eyes, and that's probably not good for my eyes either. So, as I've probably said for about the millionth time now, I always bring these with me, P2 or above. I cannot stress that enough. But if you are wanting serious protection against asbestos, you need a P3 or P100 rated filter, or a CBRN military filter in date, which will be very hard to get unless you know some people, or work in a quartermaster in like the army or something, which again will be illegal because it's stealing from MOD property. But that is how you would seriously protect yourself, because you would want a paper suit and a respirator and I can't think what it's called now. If it doesn't provide eye protection, definitely eye protection. And you would want it to be not airtight, but like covering all your clothes and so there's like no gaps. Because, as you know, asbestos is like a little hook shaped like that, and it hooks onto anything. So that's what people make the mistake of when they take the clothes off when they get home to get a shower or something after an explore. They think, oh yeah, I've been safe because I've been wearing my mask or that. But little would they know there was actually a lot of asbestos fibres stuck to their clothes, and when they take that off over the head, that'll go, if they're breathing in through the mouth or nose, that'll go in the mouth and in the lungs and cause serious damage. So everybody, this was my video on the question, should you use a respirator or gas mask when urban exploring? I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And also, before we finish the video, I have set up a Patreon. I'm not expecting anything of it yet, because the channel is very small still. But if you wouldn't mind, you could go check that out at the end, and cheerio!